Hey, YouTube. Well, I'm not here to rant about anything. Can you believe it? Just heard the interviews with JUSSIE SMOLLET this morning. I guess it was aired last night, maybe Nightline on one of those shows, but it was aired again today on Good Morning America. So if you do start watching the videos, there are three of them actually. So you got to watch all three of them. I believe him. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't believe him. Kind of sad to watch him have to keep explaining this thing actually happened. A couple of things about this case that disturb me, and it's not the things people say. Oh, he was on Jack, like that justifies you getting jumped because you were on him. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. The guy's face had obviously been hit by someone, and not only were there scars, but they were also swelling by where the scars were. That's how you look when you get hit. I don't know why he has to go on here and justify that he's not making up a story. That I mean, is that how we treat people? Is that how we treat people when they get raped? An assault is an assault. He was assaulted. His ego seems to want to emphasize the fact that he fought back. That happens. I've been attacked. One primary time that changed my world actually. But it's an emotional thing. And he's got to do it in front of all these people, all these doubting Thomases. Okay, so he explained exactly what happened. His story hasn't changed. The stories that we have, the information that we had initially, which makes everyone so suspicious, were never even reported by him. He never said these people were wearing these MAGA hats. He did say they were wearing ski masks. But if we recall, it was well below 0 degrees there on that evening. Way below 0. And this is Chicago, the Windy City, right? So for two people to be walking around downtown with ski masks on, it's not even unusual. They perhaps wouldn't even get a second glance because so many people are wearing ski masks or something to cover their face because their face would freeze off. Now, yeah, so ski masks were never intended for muggings and robberies. They're called ski masks for a reason. Because they fight off the cold when you're skiing. So to say that would be strange for somebody walking around like that and no one say anything, it's not unusual. Then there were probably no people on the street because it was so cold. When they showed the video of this from this building, of these two people walking outside, they were the only two in the video. There was nobody else around. So JUSSIE SMOLLET, he felt like he just got to town, no food in the house because I imagine he wouldn't buy food because he's out of town, he's traveling. Ran across the street to get a sandwich. He thought he would go to Walgreens first. He thought that it was 24 hours Walgreens. Some are and some aren't. But it was closed, so he went and just got something to eat for right now, which was Subway. Came out and he got jumped. Nothing unusual. Anybody can be jumped, particularly on that desolate streets, 2 o'clock in the morning. Could be just some punks out there wanting to mug somebody. It happens all the time. Listen, I live in the Castro in San Francisco, California, right? Gay Mecca since the beginning, since the time I heard of the word gay, when I was preteen. San Francisco has been considered a gay mecca. It's a huge gay ghetto, right? Maybe the word ghetto is not right because it's not nothing bad about the neighborhood. It's just all gay people. I have seen people bashed right here in Castro. If it can happen there, it can happen anywhere. So that part doesn't surprise me. Anybody can be jumped. Trying to tie all these things together, that's probably where the story falls apart because they want to tie it with the people who wrote a couple of weeks before that, sending him hate mail and threats in the mail. They may not have anything to do with it, but he wouldn't know that. Jussie don't know. He's guessing just like we are as far as why they would do something like that. It sounds like he was crossing the street. They recognized him, yelled out some name, and then he just went and jumped on him. That's what bashers do. I mean, we didn't just make up the word gay bash. It's been going on forever. They obviously knew he was gay. They called him the F word. Obviously, he's black. called him the N-word. So this could well have happened, and I'm sure it did happen. Him tearing up, people are always suspicious of actors. Oh, they can tear up anytime they want to. He's an actor. He can act, for what? So he has been attacked twice. He's attacked the first time, the physical attack, and then to call someone who has been through that, who's still emotional about that, and call him a liar is another attack. It's wrong. I support JUSSIE SMOLLET. Yeah. So maybe this MAGA thing, that could be just added to another list of racial slurs. People are considered that a slur these days, MAGA means racist in many people's minds. So if they were just being evil and hateful, JUSSIE said the whole thing took place in seconds. So I guess he looked up at the very spot where it happened. There was a camera. So he told him, look, there's a camera right there. So he assumed, okay, now this will be, I have to prove myself, but at least I can. There's a camera. And they said the camera was facing the other direction. I thought those cameras moved. They rotated. But I guess some of them are operated by inside security or something where they move them around or they rotate at certain time stamps. Because you would think that if it's one of those balls, what it looked like, it would be constantly moving around. But it wasn't. It was stationary in opposite direction. So anyway, I'm glad he did the interview. He's still hurt behind that. I saw that. And I know that feeling. When the people, this child attempted robbing me and hit me over the head with a beer bottle, left me bleeding in the streets, or should I say running down the streets of the Tenderloin. That shit was psychologically damaging. It stayed with me for a long time. But I guess the good thing with that is I got out of the lifestyle I was living. And so something good can come from this situation. JUSSIE believes in making a bad thing a good thing, using it in some way. And I'm hoping that these people are caught. Now, this is another thing that bothers me, though. These people are saying that they had two suspicious people, right? And the police answer was they were homeless people. What the fuck? That guy doing anything? Because you're homeless, you can't mug nobody. Aren't you, if you're freezing cold and you're homeless, aren't you more likely to be out in the street at 2 o'clock in the morning? More likely to be high on something? That don't make no damn sense. They were homeless. I hope their investigation goes deeper than that. Anyway, you guys check out the interview. And leave JUSSIE alone. Leave that man alone. He got no reason to come over and make up these wild, crazy ass stories. There's many more ways to get attention, a person in his position, than some shit like this. He was violated. He's hurt. And we need to get off his back. All that stuff about the sex sites and jack and all that, that's coming from our community. Straight people don't know nothing about that kind of shit. That's us throwing salt in the game. Later.